But today we're going to talk about don't just bring problems, bring the solution in LinkedIn content. I think this is timely in terms of, if you're an agency recruiting, sales have been maybe tough to get, and if business has been tough, it's easy to vent, right? If you have layoffs, it could be easy to vent. But and I think we see it on LinkedIn all the time, people complaining, and we unfollow or we keep scrolling, and it's annoying. One of the things we coach, or I coach, my clients all the time, is if you notice a problem, you want to talk about it, just make sure you bring the solution, right? People complain about the interview process or getting lowballed. Right? It's fair to call that stuff out. We all see it, but what have you seen work? What has been successful? What are your best clients doing? If you're a corporate recruiter, right, and you're trying to draw in candidates and employees to your company, right, what are you guys doing different to solve these problems that most people are facing out in the market? Number two, avoid generalizations, right? Or all companies are terrible at hiring. Why does no one want to work anymore, right? Shout out to boomers. Right? It's unhelpful. It's, you want to keep it, specific, actionable, right? In your experience is typically the best way to approach that. And sometimes even open up the floor for people to have different experiences and share that in the comments. And then three, I always like to say, remember, LinkedIn is not your personal therapist. It's not what you want to treat it, right? This stuff can stick around forever. It's fine to share the low moments, but I think you want to frame it as more like a journey, lessons learned. How you navigate those struggles is important, right? And how you reveal yourself when the chips are down sometimes reveals if you're going to get those bigger moments and those better opportunities, because people are watching. So I'd say before you post, ask, is this adding value? Is this kind of thought through, or am I just venting? Bring value, share solutions, and that's how you stand out. So I'm sure you guys have plenty to say on this topic.
Where do we even start here, Joel?
I mean,
I knew I'd get you guys going.
no, look, I think, I think across platforms, you bring up, you bring up a great point, right? It's not just on LinkedIn. I think
For
in
sure.
general, the content skews towards highlighting problems, clickbait, those types of things. And I definitely take advantage of that. But I think, to your point, if you want to be known as someone that brings solutions and value, then bring value and solutions. So if you can add value to someone's day through your content, whether that's giving them information that you've generated from AI, like whatever. If you're bringing value to people and it's going to help their lives, on LinkedIn, you will generate inbound leads, you will generate relationships, and you'll be adding to them. I think the reason that people do what you described is because at the end of the day, the problems can be relatable. But like you said, you got to watch out with doing that all the time. Otherwise, you end up like me, having to be a full-time content creator.
Right, but it's doing all right for you, right? I mean, but then there's rage bait, clickbait. There's all these different baits out there. That's how you get the eyeballs on it, right? You're using a hook. You're using something negative to bring people in.
Yeah.
Just how it works. Just social media.
But I would say too, when you meet with people, this is one thing I've been talking to recruiters a lot recently. Like I talked to an agency recruiter yesterday that's just having a tough time with business development. A lot of the large clients are kind of fading,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, look, it's the key is when you have conversations with people, you're probably going to have a lot more conversations right now. And the more value that you could just add, whether it's sharing a tool that you've been exploring, whether it's sharing a strategy that you have, and just listening to people's problems and just providing not just solutions with your content, but in interactions with people. That is that right now is what's going to win. And it's going to win when things start to heat up as well, because you'll be the first person that they think of. But yeah, I think it's challenging for people like that, because it's like you got to make money as well, and I understand that, right? That's why we see it in our DMs, like sell, 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 sell. Lots of people selling right now, and the more you can bring that value, anticipate what their problems are, bring value, the more you're going to stand out at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when the chips are down, people need to execute and get stuff done. So if you're helping them make that happen, like they'll remember that. Like you can get the business that's there right now, but that's definitely in the future. I think that's a great point.
I also like, you could always tell your own story from the perspective of someone else, right? Like you could always say, like, oh, I was speaking to this person who this is what happened to them, or just tell other people's stories. I mean, podcasters do this all the time, like leverage the fact that someone else is willing to share their story and then use that and then provide your feedback and your opinion on, how to navigate that situation. So I think there's plenty of stories out there. You could even come up with new ones. I mean, yeah, there's I think I'm also learning, I'm in my early career. It's like I've gone public with stories that, like, maybe I regret now.
Mm.
And that's like a consideration.
Yeah, Gregory said in the comments, says, in my experience with this platform, it has gone more professional success heavy, but that's not the actual reality.
Yeah.
I think this is where, like, Clark, there's a fine line, right? It's like sharing your challenges and overcoming, because I do think that people really do relate to challenges, but, like, you can't just at the same time, you don't want to go too heavy with that to where you're always telling these like really dramatic stories. I think people could see through that. And then there's the other side where you don't want to just be, especially if you're on the job search, you wouldn't want to just be like, it's so tough right now. This is, like this company ghosted me, this company ghosted.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the recruiter who's going to recruit you or the hiring manager, they're going to check your LinkedIn and be like, wow, this person is just kind of negative. So I think it's like there's a tightrope with this stuff. And then you also have to keep in mind, like, people get vanity views from these really dramatic stories. We all remember that, I think it was 2 years ago, the lady that went viral, like, took a picture of like a homeless guy and was like, yeah, I gave this guy a meal. And everyone's just like, dude, why are you like, this is weird. Like, did you just do it for a LinkedIn post?
Yeah,
Like,
that
this
was
is
Shea, that was
so
Shea
weird.
Bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Shay? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no, was it? No, and then one of those, and then was the car accident one also. That was the other weird
Yeah.
one. Anyway, we digress.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, but
wild.
it's an important part because people see that and they see it go viral, and then they think, oh, maybe that's what I should do, and it's like that's not the way to go.
Yeah, they don't know what actually turns into leads and revenue on the back end, and I've seen that with people that go viral and can't monetize it. So it's what's going to drive revenue. I've talked about it a few times on here. Sometimes it's the post with 5, 10, 15 likes that drive the most revenue, and it's because they have that
Targeted.
value. Yeah.
Yeah, and I find that well too. Some of the lower performing ones, metric wise, you get a couple of comments and a couple of eyeballs from people that are interesting, that are potential targets. You follow up with them one on one, and that's what counts, right? You can't be everything to everybody. Those big viral posts, great, they get eyeballs and everything, but are they getting the right eyeballs? Clark, what else is happening? What do you want to leave us with?
Not too much. We just working away with the digital recruiter. We got the updated operating systems, with everything on LinkedIn, that you need in terms of outreach, content, profile. Wouldn't say just a personal branding course, Adam. I know those are your favorite, but really how to leverage it and generate revenue from your LinkedIn. So just always chipping
Yeah.
away, making that better. Yeah.
Yeah, Joel needs that Donald Trump "Money, Money, Money" song going on over there.
Let's
Clark,
go.
we appreciate you. Everyone, check
Yeah.
out Digital Recruiter and keep those little ones quiet next time. We don't want to hear them. We appreciate it. No, I'm kidding. We love kids here.
I can't
We
do
love
that.
kids.
He's a year and a half. I can't do that, Adam, even if I tried.
No. You should hear what my little 6-year-old was saying last night. He's all about the F-bombs right now. Yeah.
That Long Island
Bring him
language,
on
right?
air.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Well, he will be on air soon. I'm gonna have to hit the censor button for him, because unless people are cool with that. Well, I don't even know what the
On your
rules-
channel, I'm sure it'd be fine, dude. Honestly,
And no one's listening anyway. It's all good. All right, Clark, we appreciate you. Have a
free
good one, man.
streamers will be fine with it.